Hi there, Prairie Plant Girl here. Today I'm going to be sowing my Osteospermum. Another name for this is African daisy, but that can get confusing because there's two bedding plants that are commonly referred to as African daisy. One is the Asti family, and one is Dimorphethica. I'm not sure I'm saying that right, probably not. So one is a little bit more of a heat-loving plant. You only need to sow it a few weeks before your average last frost. And one is a little bit more of a cool weather tolerant plant. So the one I'm planting today is the Asti variety, and that's the more cool tolerant plant. And it is supposed to be sown about 8 weeks before your average last frost. I am going to be sowing my seeds about 12 weeks, which is where I am right now, before my average last frost. And we'll see how those turn out. I'm about 12 and a half weeks. But I'm hoping that these will do well for me and I can put them out, hopefully flowering, before my average last frost in a protected area of my yard with some early season pansies and snapdragons. Now I'm using seed that I collected last year off of some store-bought purple Osteospermum, and also I believe I collected some seed off of my Asti white Osteospermum. So I've never collected seed off of those plants before. I'm not sure how viable it's going to be, but I wanted to give it a try, and this will just be in a small quantity. So it's not a huge waste in this early in the season. I can just see how it goes. So I thought I would try it. Often when you buy these seeds from commercial vendors, you get just a very few in a package, like, less than 20 for the same price as a regular pack of a lot of other things. So I thought it was worth trying to collect my own seed and seeing where it gets me. So I'm just going to be using a 9-cell pack tray to plant these seeds. I just have some regular potting mix. This is the Jiffy Young Plant Mix, and it's just nicely damp. I can't squeeze moisture out of it. Oh, maybe if I really try I can. And then it holds together quite well, but I can easily break it apart. So that's what I'm looking for when I'm looking for how moist my seed mix is. So I'm just going to fill my tray up here. And once I have all the cells filled, I'm just going to go through and give just a gentle poke with my fingers. Hopefully you can see how much some of these trays have sunk down from doing that. Hopefully it's not just because they're broken and all the soil is coming out the sides. These are just reused trays. And then I'm just going to go over and refill those ones that are dipped down there. So I'm going to fill the trays. Oh, this one is broken, that's why they're all falling out. Okay. I'm going to fill the trays pretty much to the top. So I just want to I'm not trying to pack the soil in really tight, but I want to make sure that there's not air pockets in there where the roots are going to hit air on these young plants early on in their growing phase, because that can be deadly to young seedlings. And I don't want the soil to settle around these seeds when I water. So there, I have these packs all filled right to the top. I'm just going to scrape along the line so I can see the different cells a little bit here, so I know where they are. There. So the reason I'm filling these right to the top is because Osteospermum wants to be covered very, very lightly, so I'm just going to put a very fine sprinkling of vermiculite on top of these seeds, and then they actually want to be exposed to light during the germination process. So because this is collected seed, and I have no idea, I didn't do a germination test or anything, and some of this might just be chaff, I don't know. So I am just going to put a pretty heavy layer across the top of all of these cells and just see where it gets me. Hopefully I'll have at least 1 or 2 seeds out of this that germinate and produce a plant for me. So I'm just going to give them a very gentle little tap to make sure they've made contact with the soil. Again, you don't want them sprouting out and just hitting air. That isn't good for them. You want the roots to find the soil right away. And then just a very fine sprinkle of vermiculite. Now I'm just going to give these a little spritz. And I'll be putting these under my grow lights with a humidity dome on top to maintain the moisture level in here. So that's all I'm going to do. Oh, except I guess I should make a label so I don't forget what I've planted in here. There. So there's my label. Plunk that in there so I don't forget. And I'll get them under the lights. Now they could take up to 2 weeks to germinate. So I probably won't be updating you till at least then on how these are doing. And hopefully by then we have some progress and we see some sprouting out of these seeds that I collected. So wish me luck with this project. And hopefully I'll have some Osteospermum to put out in my early spring garden this year. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.